In this video, I'm going to explain what the YouTube algorithm is, how you can use it to your advantage, what it's not. I'll try to explain as much as possible. So after watching this video, you should be able to understand the YouTube algorithm in details, like everything you basically need to know about the algorithm. Okay. So first of all, the algorithm itself, it's like a complex system of recommendation and ranking that it's used basically to determine which videos are displayed to the users. This could be on the home page, this could be in the search results, this could be in the suggested video sidebars, but primarily the goal of this whole thing is actually to connect the viewers with the content which they are most likely to enjoy. So the idea is just to keep the viewers engaged, on the platform. And then how does it do this? It does this by how does the algorithm do this? It does this by analyzing the various users, the different video data points, and then try to predict which what each individual user might find interesting at every given time. So there are different kinds of the algorithm. So the algorithm is not just it's not just like one system. It's different things built into one. And I'm going to explain all the different aspects of the algorithm for you to understand. If I should just show you my next slide, you see that from that definition, you see that like I said, it's a different thing. You have the search system, you have the recommendation system, you have the short system, you have the home page, you have the suggested video. So I'll try to explain all these different systems and how they actually work. Okay. First of all, what it all tries to do, what it tries to do is to sort of personalize, recommendation. Like if you look at this is my home page. It tries to personalize based on what I've watched, based on my previous history. What are the other things that I might be interested in watching. So it uses my history, it uses my my search query that I type in, and other recommendation signals that I'll be explaining to you. So if we start with the search, for instance, there's a system that recommends search maybe based on search results. So if I search for something like maybe how to build wealth, for instance, right? So obviously I'm probably not the first person that searched for this particular thing. So how this works is that the system tries to look at other searches, like this, that other people might have performed this sort of search in the past, and then it looks at, based on the result that was given to those people, which of those search did they enjoy, what did they watch, what did they spend time watching, what did they like, and then based on what other people like, it just tends to give you similar results to what other people must have clicked, must have liked. So based on how people clicked a particular video, it just tends to sort of bring it up. So how the search works is that when a user searches for something, the algorithm ranks. So these different videos that you're seeing on this page, the algorithm sort of ranks this video based on relevance to this search query. Remember, for instance, here we are searching for how to build wealth, and then you see that the very first video here says how to build wealth for beginners, how to build wealth, how to build wealth after 50. So everything is about build wealth. So it gives you the search ranking is based on the relevance of the search query itself, then the user history, probably what this particular user, that's myself in this context, what I must have watched in the past, so that also helps it to determine, okay, maybe I like this kinds of videos, so I'll probably like videos like this. So that's what determine search ranking. There are other things as well, but those are like the primary major ones. And then there's the home page feed. Everyone has like a unique home page, what they see once they land on YouTube. So how this works is that for the home page, which is like the primary destination for most users, is probably it's just basically populated with videos that the algorithm predicts that the user will find engaging. you know. So for the users, search history is very, very important. Okay, I've actually watched most of these channels. You know, I watch NBC channel. I watch this guy called Money Strategist. So based on what I've watched in the past, you know, it sort of use that to determine what other videos that might possibly interest me, and then it puts that in the home page for me to watch. So this system is definitely different from the search one that we looked at. Okay, this is the home page system, what the viewers see, you know, once they land on their page. And then the next thing is the system called Watch Next, or maybe what you can also call suggested videos. So what suggested videos are, for instance, so I clicked on a particular video, right? I clicked on one video, and then you see that on the side here, you know, okay, I think the first one is my playlist. So on the side here, it's showing some other videos that, you know, that might likely, you know, to interest me. So this is what suggested videos are, you know, or you also call it the sidebar, or you can call it watch next area. So this basically just suggests videos that are related to the one that I'm currently watching. So this other one is like a book summary on dieting, and then the very next suggestion is on storytelling. Okay, so this is also primarily based on my history. But basically how this works is that it gives you what to view next, what to watch next, based on what the primary video, you know, was about. The idea is just you know, it's actually the aim is to keep the viewer engaged on the platform as long as possible. So basically, how does the algorithm work? How does it function? What are the signals that it uses? So primarily it uses I think this video is playing. Yeah, primarily it uses different data collection and refinement. So it gathers, like I said, it gathers data from the users, from your viewing history, from your watch time, to your likes, to your shares. Actually, these are like what the system calls it signals. These are the signals that it uses, you know, for a lot of recommendations, for how it actually works in the back end. So it collects those different signals for every video, including things like the metadata and then and the keywords. So it collects all this data from you. And then there's something else called candidate generation. So this is based on the collected data. The algorithm sort of generates a list of potential videos to show the user. And then after it generates that video, it now moves on to like a ranking system. As you can see, some videos are on the top, you know, what determines what the first video on my page rate, and then what determines what the second, third, fourth page, you know, videos on the page looks like. So it comes up with a ranking system, you know, based on various factors, including relevance, including engagement from other people, and from me as well, from previous videos I've seen. And also it looks at things like the quality of the video, and then it now use that to make a decision on what to actually display to the user. And then one other thing you should know is that the algorithm is always learning, right? Our habits are changing, what we watch every day is changing, you know, so the algorithm has to keep learning to actually keep abreast, you know, update itself to learn and then know what to suggest to us, what to recommend to us at every point in time. Okay, so what other factors do you think are responsible, or do I think are responsible for recommendations? You know, things like watch time is important. That's the length of time that the user spends watching a particular video. That's like an indication of, you know, of the engagement for that video. So the watch time of other users on the video is actually very, very important. Another thing that that affects recommendation is things like likes. You know, if a user likes the video after watching, I think after the first 30 seconds, I think that's the engagement that actually counts. You know, like counting it as a view, and then probably all the likes and share and every other thing you do on the video. Yeah, so it considers likes, it considers share, it considers the comments, you know, adding comments to the video, and then there are also other forms of interactions that are, you know, important to this, to the algorithm. You know, how you move around the page, the things you do, are you downloading the video, are you replaying some scenes, you know. These are like indicators, these are like signals that, you know, the algorithm uses to determine how interesting or how engaging the content is. And then one other factor that influences recommendation is the user history. Okay, so that's like your past viewing habits. You know, if you come here, you see maybe like your history. Yeah, somewhere down here. Yeah, your history. These are like everything you've watched in the past. So your past viewing habits is important. You know, and then also your preferences. The algorithm finds preferences in just using your habits, using your behavior on the platform, you know, to determine recommendation. And then your video metadata is actually also very important. So we're talking about like the keywords, we're talking about things like the tags, you know, how you optimize your SEO, you know, those are all data points that the algorithm considers. Other external factors or external evaluators that I could think of, I would say YouTube employs other external evaluators to maybe assess the quality of the video or relevance. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure of that particular one. I'm not too sure, you know, but I think they engage like external bodies to you know, help them assess engagement and all those kinds of stuff. It could be just humans, you know, watching the video and then maybe making comments and then determining if they liked the video, the quality was good, or if it was engaging enough, you know. Like I said, I'm not very sure of that. A friend that has a friend that has a friend that works in YouTube, you know, mentioned that, and I just thought to mention it. There's no harm. And then another thing that's important as well is your channel reputation. You know, so there are some channels, there are some people that are like, let me say, like a voice, you know, when it comes to certain topics, you know. So the algorithm considers the reputation of the channel, you know, of the people involved. Channels, maybe number of subscribers could be a form of, you know, reputation determination, you know, because if your channel is engaging, if your channel is interesting, then what you're saying must be important, you know, what you're saying must be interesting and engaging enough for people to subscribe to your channel. So that could be a form of reputation. And then maybe if you're like maybe like an organization or a voice in a particular niche, you know, that could also mean a reputation. Like this guy here, Mark Tilbury, I follow him. He has almost more than 6 million subscribers. So this is a reputable voice when it comes to this particular topic, wealth building. So those are some of the things that the algorithm will consider, you know, that it uses to make the decision when it comes to recommendation. So in essence, the YouTube algorithm is designed to be viewer centric, you know, basically just constantly striving to connect users with the content that they will most likely, you know, enjoy, and ultimately keep them engaged on the platform. So like I said, there are different all these different systems that, you know, make up the algorithm. It's not the algorithm is not just one single system. It encompasses a lot of different systems that helps it, you know, make it decision. And you know, these systems we're listing here are some of them. So sorry, I didn't want to make this video very long, but I hope you've learned a thing or two on how the algorithm works and how you can basically use it to its advantage. Okay, so when you're creating your content and when you're making the videos, be sure that you factor in all these considerations, you know, while you're creating your video, while you're making the content. And if you think the algorithm doesn't seem to favor you, now you know what to do and how to make the change. If you're a small YouTuber and then you're wondering maybe you're not getting views, so in terms of maybe things like the watch page or the recommendation, okay, so the few people that actually subscribe to your channel are very, very important. Okay, so you should try to make a video that those first few people, those subscribers, will enjoy, because it's when you post a new video, for instance, the algorithm, shows it to your subscribers first. Okay, it shows it to your subscribers first, and then based on your subscribers' response, based on how maybe they see the thumbnail on your homepage, they see your recommendation, are they clicking the video, are they liking, are they watching, like you see all these different thumbnails and I'm just scrolling past, so the algorithm just thinks maybe the videos are not interesting, so because of that it doesn't go ahead to recommend it to other people. But if you make a video where the first few people that engages with it like or enjoy the video, the algorithm is likely to say, okay, this content is probably interesting, it's engaging, so I will try to recommend it to a lot more people to watch. So that's what you should aim for. Try to create a video that your current subscribers or the first people that see the video are likely going to like it. So your thumbnails are important in that context. Are they engaging? Are they interesting enough to get people to at least click? Because if they don't click, they don't get to watch. Okay. Sorry, this video is already long, but I hope you learned a thing or two on the algorithm, how it works and what it's not. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.